BRBTV Toys, we have already opened up the Kelly Garrett figure from Mego's brand new Charlie's Angels line. Now we're going to turn our attention to Sabrina Duncan and Kris Munroe, not Jill Munroe. Once upon a time, there were 3 little girls who went to the police academy, and what we have so far with Mego's Charlie's Angels figure line are 2 out of those 3, plus a little sister. But hey, we'll take it because we love Charlie's Angels, right? And it was just announced just recently, maybe the past week or 2 before my shooting this episode, that Farrah is on her way. Yay! But it's not going to be Jill Munroe. It's going to be Farrah Fawcett herself in the iconic red swimsuit that was hanging on every boy's wall back then in the mid-1970s. But boy, am I gonna grab that when it hits the store shelves. So you'll see that, I'm sure, on a later edition on BRBTV. But at any rate, my Kelly Garrett figure, just to repeat, or in case you haven't seen that episode, number 9124 out of 10,000 for this one. So Sabrina Duncan, for this episode, we're going to look at 5226 out of 10,000. And we're going to free her from the packaging. The lovely Sabrina Duncan, as played by Kate Jackson, known back then, and I even really was aware of this as a little girl watching the show when it originally aired. She was the straight-up sensible girl, right? In sensible pantsuits. She had a brain, you know, she wasn't going to take any crap, and she wasn't all glamour puss like the other 2. So she had her own personality and her own qualities, and we really admired that. Kate Jackson, actually born Lucy Kate Jackson, October 29th, 1948. You still see her now and then, here and there. She was known not only for the Charlie's Angels series from 1976 to 1979, but also on Scarecrow and Mrs. King. And I recently learned she was on Dark Shadows, the original series, which I am in the process of watching. I've been watching the episodes on Hulu recently. I'm still in the 1967 stuff, and I'm loving it. But she pops up, I think, later, like 1970, playing Daphne. So I can't wait to see that stuff. So, Kate Jackson. All right, let's look at the packaging here. Same as what you saw with the Kelly Garrett figure. We've got our Charlie's Angels logo repeated on the back, and copyright 2018, and all that verbiage. Same verbiage about Marty Abrams and the company. And then the little trivia, which is kind of broad. What is Sabrina seen doing in the Charlie's Angels pilot movie? Well, solving a crime, but I guess the answer they're looking for is riding a horse, you know, among so many other things, you know, chasing criminals, whatever, helping out her friends, Jill and Kelly. So that is the packaging. And let us open up this girl. I can see she has a gun as an accessory. You know, Kelly Garrett had a pocketbook, and it doesn't look like Sabrina has anything else. I'm going to try to get this off without slicing off my finger. That is always a really good idea. Okay. I'm just going to slide it up that way. I will keep the card, I guess, until I decide I don't have room for it anymore and I have to throw some of this stuff out, some of this packaging. Okay, there she slides out. And you know what I'm going to tell you, too, and let me pull this Kelly gun out just to compare. Where's your gun, Kelly? Come on. There's your purse. There's your gun under there. I noticed when these gals are still in the packaging, these are 2 different guns. Yeah. Okay, gun experts out there. This is the Kelly gun. On the bottom is the Sabrina gun, right? 2 different guns. So did Mego go to the length of approximating the actual gun that the girls used in the series? I don't know. It's an interesting concept because I see then with, oops, throwing Kelly's purse. Then with Kris's gun, it looks like a match to Kelly's, but the Sabrina gun is different. Okay, so any of you out there in the know, go ahead and comment below. All right, you know, one thing I do remember Kate Jackson wearing as Sabrina one time, talking about the fashions, because I absolutely love the 70s fashions, and I love what these gals wore on the show. Wasn't there an episode when she wore like an apple red, like a bright red pantsuit? And I want to say it was like a full jacket, blazer with matching slacks, and I absolutely loved it. If I could have gone out to a thrift store and bought that right then and there, I would have. And it seems like Linda Carter wore something very similar on the Wonder Woman series as Diana Prince in one episode. But this outfit is a vest thing going on. You know, she did wear vests too, right? She did wear vests. So you see burgundy, not apple red, and I hope the burgundy is coming through okay. It's a little lighter through the camera than it is in real life. In a vest format, that is a separate piece from her white blouse underneath. Has a collar, and her white blouse has Velcro in the front. Velcro attachment with a collar as well. So 70s, but the classic stuff that remains worn to this day. And then her trousers have a Velcro enclosure in front too. So yeah, Sabrina did wear vests like that. She also wore a lot of turtlenecks. She was a turtleneck girl. Now, these aren't really bell bottoms. They're flared a little bit. Yeah, I think they're attempting a flare here. Not really a raging bell bottom, but we'll call it a boot cut maybe. And then these shoes. Oh my gosh, these shoes kind of seem like pumps in a way, but they don't really have a back. Ooh, and that one's not even coming off. That's so bizarre. Are they made not to come off? You know, I'm discovering this just like you are. This is kind of like live TV. It really doesn't seem, it almost seems like they're glued on. I swear they are like glued on. I don't want to force it. I guess that's because to me, as I was starting to say, they look like they're slides or mules, like they don't have a back on them. And I think that's the look that they were going for, although it almost looks like a half pump too, because it looks like it's got a little bit of a back on it. I know I'm not explaining this very well. They look like Barbie doll shoes, traditional pump Barbie doll shoes with the thing here in the front, but they don't have as much of a back, which seems to indicate to me that they're a mule, a slide, and maybe Mego felt like, okay, those are going to come right off and the owner is never going to see them again, so let's glue them on. I'm speculating wildly. You may comment below and set me straight. So those are the shoes. She's got all the standard articulation of a Mego girl figure. Lovely. And that hair. The hair is super soft and smooth. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I didn't bring my comb with me for this shoot. And what do you think of the likeness? Is that Kate Jackson? What I'm going to do eventually, maybe when I have the Farrah one in hand, because of the original figures from the 1970s that were released at the time the show was airing, I've done episodes of those on Terrific TV Toys, and I have the Kate Jackson Sabrina figure and the Farrah Fawcett Jill figure. So what I'll do once I have Farrah in hand is we'll compare the two sets, vintage and modern, as far as likeness, and see which ones look like. I want to say, just having this one in front of me at the moment, that the original one from the 70s looks more like Kate Jackson. So, but we will see. I love her hair. She's got brown eyes. Let's see if she can hold that gun. Somehow, kind of. All right. Stop or I'll shoot. Something like that. All right. Looking fashionable and beautiful all the while. Okay. That's our Sabrina Duncan, ready for action to catch the bad guys. Okay, we will move on to the Kris Munroe figure. somewhere down the line later this year. We'll do some other stuff in the meantime. And then hopefully before too long, we'll be looking at that Farrah in her beautiful red swimsuit. So stay tuned to BRBTV.